looking for a specific item in Borderlands 3 and you ain't got time to grind for it, hit them boys up at Easy NPC. Use my code in the description for 5% off. They gonna take care of you. What is poppin' squad? It's your boy Jesimein. Now, a lot of you guys may have known a patch came out and nerfed a lot of things, and a lot of people been coming to me saying, bro, your God mode build is ruined. They changed the chance, this, that, and the third. But you know, your boy had to update it for you guys. For the people who want an up-to-date version, this is what I'm pretty much going to be using when I do use MOZE. Same concept, probably a little stronger in some instances, but I'll get into it. So first things first, the biggest nerf that people were talking about is, I guess, the amount of nades you get back, which I still don't see it as a problem when you're using a hex nade. Anyways, people are saying the regen is worse, whatever. I don't see the problem. Running this build, you're going to have no issue. So if you feel like my last build video was outdated, this is an updated one for you guys. MOZE is still my favorite character, so I have to show her some love. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into the build. Now, first things first, I did change my weapon. I do now use the Arctic Star Helix. I love the Helix assault rifle. You guys know I'm a big fan of ice. It's just my thing. You can use whatever element that you so choose. I just like ice. I like freezing enemies, and I like being able to beam them, and I like being able to like CC in the same instance. So you can use whatever kind of Helix you have. I like Helix. It's pretty tight. It's one of my favorite guns in the game. You can use any gun with this build. Obviously, MOZE is a powerhouse. When you have God mode, it doesn't really matter what you use. So whatever your preference for weapons, you can use. So going into the build, I did opt for the Transformer this time around. I took some of your guys' advice. Really, it doesn't really matter as long as you have a shield with big capacity. Obviously, the being able to convert shock damage into shields just gives you that much more healing, right? Whenever it's supposed to rip your shield off, whenever the little mobs that with the laser swords coming at you, every time they melee, they're pretty much giving you health. So you're pretty much like that much more God mode. Do you need it? No. Does it really matter what shield you use? No. You can have a freaking shield with probably 500 capacity and still be busted with the build, as long as you're not getting one shot. So super cool. I like it. Obviously, you get resistance to shock, which is the only thing that can tear your shields up. So you're pretty much getting resistance to your weakness, pretty much canceling out the counter, right? Even though there really is no counter for this build anyway. So going down into, obviously, the same thing as my gun and class mod. From here on out, really, things haven't necessarily changed as far as what I'm running right here. Same thing. I have a really good one. Obviously, this is better for me now since I actually get to use the assault rifle damage since I'm using the Helix. This is why usually, you know, I guess pretty much depending on whatever class mod role you have, whatever weapons will be better for you because that's just free damage you'll be able to use. Obviously, I get +2, +1, +2. I would not use anything else besides the Bloodletter. It's because for the people who didn't get it last video, the reason I'm getting my shields back is because of this class mod, and instead of getting health, I get shields back on the healing that I get from the nade. The nade is only designed to heal your health, but because of this, it gives you your shield. So for the people who were confused on why I get shields back and I'm not running health, this is why. It's because of this. Without this, this build wouldn't be able to be as good as it is because it will be filling your health up, which is pretty much redundant if you're running a deathless because you have 1 health. So you can't run anything but this when you're running deathless because you get 1 health, you'll get 1 tap any other way. So yeah, so this is why it combos perfectly because this heals shield and this gives shield. So I have a God roll. This is like my favorite piece. It's a legendary artifact, elemental projector deathless. I get shield capacity. Yeah, I go down to 1 health, but who cares because you have unlimited shield. That's the whole premise. You get plus 100% shield capacity. Who cares about everything else? That's all you really need out of this. And obviously I got a real good God roll one. +1, 666 max shield. The regenerate for health is trash and the radiation is trash, but who cares? So that's pretty much that. So this is the God roll of all artifacts that I think. This is like my most prized possession in all of my builds. So yeah, it doesn't matter. You don't need an ultra God roll. You just need one that has just the reserve all but 1 health ability. That's all you need. I just have a benefit to have the elemental damage boost on top of it. And obviously, I like ice. I told you guys. So any Merv Hex is going to be amazing. It doesn't even really matter. I after testing, I had a fire one and I don't know what I did with it. Fire almost, I don't know what it is about the fire. I feel like the hex itself shreds shields, but the fire just absolutely mobs everything. So if you could find you a fire hex, let your boy know and trade it back to me. Trade it to me, you know what I'm saying? Dupe it if you on PC, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so I like ice, so this is my favorite grenade. You guys see it in most of my MOZE gameplay. So yeah, so as long as it's a Merv hex, it's what makes the build really, really good because it's the ticks that give you back your chance of your grenade, and it's just spread damage all over the place. So that's that. So going into the build itself now, It's pretty much the same concept, except I didn't spec into unnecessary things, so I went 5 out of 5 on Fire in the Skag Den for extra damage. Means of Destruction is obviously the most important thing. The grenade chance is 6%. More than enough. It doesn't matter. You're going to have unlimited grenades either way. Just even after whatever the nerf that people are so scared of, you still are going to be untouchable. Toward Cross Promotion, you want to have 5 out of 5. You want to have Pull the Holy Pin. This is where you get your damage with the Hex. Super OP because you get like crits non-stop all over your screen. 3 out of 3. Vampire, most important thing to stay God mode. This is what gives you back your shield. Restores 20% of missing health per enemy hit. The cool thing about the Hex is it hits multiple enemies, so obviously you're stacking up your health or your shield like indefinitely. And because of the class mod, the class mod fused with this is what makes you God mode. It's just these two, nothing really else. Obviously you want to have this just so you have unlimited grenades, which means unlimited heals. So you get this heal plus the Transformers ability that converts shock damage into shields, so you get like that healing all over the place. That's why you saw in the intro I was able to stand there and pretty much just tank everything. And obviously, why can't I carry out these grenades? Since people say the nerf, knock down your grenades, whatever. I mean, this is just overkilling it. You can definitely, you don't really even need to spec into this because you have unlimited grenades. So really, for the people who just want to ultra optimize, if you want to put 3 points into something else, you definitely do not have to run this. I just run this just because. Why not have extra grenades? It doesn't really matter. I'm not itching for anything else in 3 points, so I'm not worried about that. And going to the next one, I have 5 out of 5 on Armor Infantry. These 3 obviously is what's gonna give you your shield. You get damage reduction and gun damage when your shields are up, which is always, so it's free damage. 5 out of 5 on Vladoff. I just don't know that word. Most maximum shields increase just to get more tanky. And another thing is I have 5 out of 3 on Thin Red Line, which is super important because I get 100% max health reserved and added to max shields. You can't really go under 1 health anyways because of my legendary artifact, so it doesn't really matter. So I pretty much get the maximum effect out of this, and it's just a raw amount of shield. 5 out of 5 on Jarring and Brass just to get 20% weapon damage on top of that with the Helix plus the Elemental Deathless. It just, you start shredding things. Your weapons start actually doing a lot of damage, especially when you're getting that CC with the nades on top of it. 4 out of 3 on Desperate Measures. Obviously my health is always at 1, so I'm gonna get this full 67% always on top. Pretty much just crazy DPS for free. And 5 out of 5 on the Phalanx Doctrine. Obviously it's just more gun damage, and since I have the class skill that just had just enough, I was able to get 5 out of 5 by just putting in, I think it was like 3 points. So I was able to get a solid clean sweep of everything that I needed in the red. So it's pretty much these two. That's pretty much the build in its concept. Most people, I would say the hardest thing to probably get is a God roll version of this, because this gives me a lot of free damage. So when you guys see me doing like a crazy amount of damage whenever I'm like frozen or I'm like on fire, it's because of this. You don't even need this really, as long as you have one that, like I said, as long as you can get the ability that reserves all but 1 health, you're pretty much cool. Like, don't worry about anything else, you're gonna be fine. The damage is still outrageous anyways. It's just, this is just the God rule version of it, and because I put so much time into MOZE, obviously, you know, I got the grinding down. So, and I have God mode, so I can farm all freaking day with no problem. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys, for the build in itself. That's the updated version. If you literally copy and paste this concept, you will be able to do exactly what I'm doing. Pretty much all you're gonna need is the Bloodletter class mod. You want to get a Merv grenade, and you want to get the shield. Doesn't matter really, you just want to get the reserve all but 1 health just to get that free 100, and then spec into obviously you want to spec into Means of Destruction and Vampire, and then you're good to go back on God mode setting. So it's pretty much it, you guys. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what, if you guys want me to update any other builds or what builds you want me to work on for you guys. I really wanted to hit this one because I saw a lot of comments of people saying like it's gone, it's useless now, da da da. Your boy just broke that again. So I mean, you know what I'm saying, so if you guys want to go back to being God mode post patch, you're good to go. So it's been real. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button, man. We're trying to pop up to that 70K mark, man. Let's get it. I love y'all. Stay tuned for the next video. Your boy is out.